When you think of ultimate luxury in the heart and center of Spain, the name Four Seasons Madrid should be coming to mind. It is an icon of the city and was only built 5 years ago in the shell of an old bank. So of course, I had to do a full review. I travel around the world and review the top properties out of 50 points in 5 categories. The categories are the ambiance, the room, the dining, the service, and the it factor. I'm not associated with the hotel. This is just a review from a guest paying full price. This building is incredible. It is truly a landmark of Madrid. So let's start with the ambiance. So before we get into the ambiance segment, let's talk about how this hotel is actually organized. So the Four Seasons Madrid is actually 2 parts, the main hotel and the Galleria Canalejas, which is a massive shopping center they built. When you enter into the hotel through the lobby, there's a couple of fun things that greet you there that we'll look at in just a moment. As you go up the stairs, it's mainly guest rooms, and then you have a couple of restaurants, the gym, an indoor pool, and a massive spa that you have to stick around to see. All the way at the top of this hotel is a rooftop with a wonderful garden and some incredible views. That's really everything in this hotel. Let's kick things off right here in the grand lobby. In the lobby, there's a restaurant that we're gonna take a look at a little bit later, but wow, you can already see the juxtaposition here. This hotel may only be 5 years old, but it's already creating international waves. And this building that they renovated is 130 years old. They combined different offices and companies to make the Four Seasons Madrid, and it took 10 years. So the original bank, when they turned it into a Four Seasons, they dismantled all of the bars that were actually separating the teller and put them into the banister for the grand staircase that goes throughout the center of this hotel. It's an incredible way to harken back to the history of this building and still retain some of the roots that the Four Seasons grew from. Now I want to show you the Madrid spa. So this is the largest spa in all of Spain. At 15,000 square feet, it has a primarily European menu, but also incorporates different treatments from all over the world. There is one thing on the menu, however, that is very interesting. So this is by far the most interesting treatment that they have at the Madrid Spa and Four Seasons. This is an oxygen bubble here, where it's a 90-minute ritual. You go inside, they give you a massage with natural local oils, a facial in there, and the entire time you're breathing in 100% pure oxygen. So they say it not only heals you on the outside, but also heals you on the inside. It has the same kind of feeling as one of those childhood play bouncy houses. Let's go inside. I personally can't understand what this bubble does exactly, or maybe it's containing the oxygen so that it's a higher concentration, but this is it. They send you home with a bunch of complimentary products to continue the health and wellness that you've experienced in this inflatable jump house. I've been in here a few minutes now, and maybe it's all in my head and it's placebo, but I am starting to feel pretty good. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you feel like that oxygen bubble is all hype, or is it real and actually works? We're next to the spa now in their indoor lap pool. This pool is lightly chlorinated, it is relatively cold, it overlooks the courtyard, and it's pretty muggy and stuffy in here. Kind of hard to spend a lot of time in this room. So also here in the spa is the Celebrity Hair Salon, which was designed by the world-renowned stylist Rossano Ferretti. They use a very innovative way of cutting hair called the invisible cut, where they cut it where it actually falls. Apparently people fly all over the world to Madrid just to get that specific haircut. So I'm very, very impressed with that. So you may not be exercising a lot during your stay, but if you do, this is the gym. There's 2 different rooms to it. It has plenty of space, modern equipment. It is techno gym throughout. Everything is very consistent aesthetically, and overall it has everything you can need. Let's keep moving. Separating the Galleria from the hotel is a vault door from back when this was a bank. They really did an amazing job of keeping all of the foundational parts of the historic building and then just creating a modern version of it that is, of course, in Four Seasons fashion. So they built this mall when they built the Four Seasons 5 years ago. It took 10 years to completely redesign this entire building, and this mall brought in some of the highest end retailers in the world, from Louis Vuitton to Gucci to Prada, you name it, it's all right here in the Galleria. So included in your stay, you have the ability to have a personal shopper. There's a private suite experience, as well as this beautiful welcome bag here with a branded candle, make it a really pleasant experience for you. All throughout this incredible hotel, there are art installations with little plaques that tell you about the artist, many of them being right here from Madrid. This is just a random bathroom on the 3rd floor, and they have this incredible art piece right in the center. Take a look at some of the others. There are over 1,500 pieces of art throughout this hotel, and all of the art in the penthouse is from a local college that students made. With the largest spa in all of Spain, that modern and beautiful gym, it's hard to find anything in the ambiance that could be improved. The only thing that I felt walking through the hotel is that it's a limited space. Everything from the lobby to the public spaces you have available to you are pretty small. There's not a lot of places to just go and lounge and relax, but these are all very minor. I gave the Four Seasons Madrid a very high 8.5 out of 10 for ambiance. There is a Four Seasons app that they use to communicate with you throughout your stay, and they just let me know my room is officially ready. Can't wait to show you this one. There are 200 rooms here at the Four Seasons, including 39 suites. I'm gonna show you a mid-level room, but stick around till the end because I'm also going to show you what 30,000 US dollars looks like per night in the Royal Suite. So the room that I'm currently in goes for around 2,100 euros per night, and it's right in the middle of all of the categories. In front of me is a living room area with a couple of welcome amenities, so we'll come back for that, but first, I wanna show you up these stairs. So here you have the primary bedroom here with a massive, incredible Four Seasons bed. If you've seen the channel before, you know that Four Seasons beds are some of, if not my favorite of all time. And this one looks like it is right up to par. The bed itself looks brand new. Everything is so crisp. But tonight, I'm going to sleep in this bed and give it an official test so that I can tell you in the morning how the sleep actually was. Next to the bed is your standard Four Seasons iPad for room service and guest services, whatever you might need. They have some very modern touch-based lighting and blinds controls. Let me show you some. These are all throughout the room, and you can turn on the lights, dim the lights, open the blinds, open the shutters, close the shutters right here from this panel. Spacious, beautifully clean, incredibly well designed. I love the minimalistic artwork that has texture to it. It doesn't feel like it's just checking the boxes of putting art on the walls. Every piece looks like it was hand chosen for that space. Let's take a look at the bathroom. So this very well may be my favorite room in this suite. Not only do you have this massive plunge tub here that is private, overlooking the streets of Madrid, you also have a very large shower that I'm gonna test in a moment, dual vanity, beautiful lighting. Some of the details in the bathroom might really impress you as well. So first, there's a speaker system integrated into the bathroom that you can connect to the television. Second, Four Seasons branded leather box to the nicest presentation of a hairdryer. That's just what they do at Four Seasons. Everything is a little bit extra. Now let's test the shower. So the shower test is 3 criteria points: the size, the ease of use, and the pressure. So just like the rest of the bathroom, you are enclosed in this beautiful, real marble. The shower is a pretty small shower head, honestly. I'd like to see a rain shower, but we can't pass judgment until we turn it on. Ease of use, you turn it to the right, the shower turns on. The pressure is okay. It's a little inconsistent, it's not very strong, and it's hard to understand how to turn the heat on relative to the cold. So I don't really like showers like that because you end up turning it too hot, you burn yourself, or it's ice cold when you get in. Turning this back off, you turn it to the left and there's a small spray nozzle as well. So ease of use is decent, the size is excellent, and the pressure is decent. Not the best shower I've reviewed, but it still passes the shower test. Back into the main area here, let's take a look at the living room. So in this suite, there's a full seating area, television, and those welcome amenities I talked about earlier. Let's get a closer look. So not only do they have a beautiful floral arrangement here, they put out this piece of cake and some truffles for you with an explanation of what it is that you're looking at. This is called a Tarta de Santiago, which is an almond cake. It's from northwestern Spain. This cake could literally sit here for 5 days and stay fresh. So during the Middle Ages, they would bake an almond cake like this because it preserved so well. So we'll talk about the value at the end of this video, but there are a couple of complimentary things over here as well, including cashews, matcha chocolates, and this yogurt banana chips. There's complimentary water and complimentary Lavazza espresso pods right underneath the espresso machine. And over here is the mini fridge, which you can't put anything in. Everything is pressure censored, so don't take anything out or you're gonna get charged Four Seasons prices. Everything in this room is so clean, as if it's brand new, no dust on anything, none of the shelves. So whomever is cleaning this room is doing a really delicate job. One more interesting thing about this room that is not as positive as the rest of it is this wall here. So although everything looks so beautiful and really high quality, on closer inspection, you find that this is actually a laminate wallpaper that they've painted on to make it look like it's made out of a nice brick. That's the same for the wood, is a laminate wood, so it's not real wood materials or stone material in the wall. It's not the end of the world, but at this price point, it may be worth considering. So that's how it is in the mid-level suite. But now I want to show you the royal suite at the Four Seasons Madrid. Are you kidding me? So as I mentioned before, the Four Seasons here used to be a bank. Well, only two things in this building were not touched in the renovation, and that is the lobby and this royal suite. So this was actually one of the banker's offices, and all they did was do some touch-ups, add in some furnishing, and you can see that banker was doing quite well. This is actually the largest suite in all of Spain, and they incorporate local materials like this massive slab of granite behind me. So I cannot wait to sleep in this incredible looking Four Seasons bed. I also want to call the front desk before I officially fall asleep here and order room service breakfast for an early time tomorrow morning. This will be a part of the service score a little bit later in the review, where we're going to see if the food arrived fresh and hot and on time. Let's call the front desk.
Good evening, thank you for calling in room dining.
Hello, could I order room service breakfast for tomorrow morning, please?
Absolutely, Mr. Walker, at 8, right?
Could I do for 7 a.m., please?
Okay, for one person?
Just for one, please.
Perfect, what would you like to have?
May I order a black coffee
Of course.
and a Eggs Benedict?
Perfect. So we will be there at 7 a.m. with the American coffee and the Benedict.
Wonderful, looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, enjoy your evening.
You as well, bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
Let's get some sleep. What can I tell you? Four Seasons beds are the best of the best. I'm not paid or sponsored by Four Seasons. This is just an incredible sleep. It rivals the best of any bed, from the Ritz-Carlton Reserves to Waldorf Astorias. Not much more to say about this. Let's give it a room score.
Es el humo humo del tabaco.
On the positive side, the size of this room is extraordinary, even at the base level, but all the way up to the suites, you just have a lot of space. Your own large bathtub in the suite itself. And of course, the modern integrations into the classical materials here really feels special and nice. Those views are also excellent. On the negative side, of which there are a few, wasn't the best shower that I've reviewed on this channel. The materials for the wall, like the wood paneling and the laminate, are kind of a cheaper option. This room is just overall a great room, however, and a comfortable stay for anyone coming to Madrid. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Changed and ready now. There are 3 restaurants here and 1 little bonus at the end. It's time to give them a review. Kicking off the dining segment back on the rooftop with these beautiful sunrise views, we have Danny Brasserie. It's an outdoor and indoor breakfast buffet with international options on the menu as well. It's definitely a limited menu, so there's nothing that's the most popular, but I'm just gonna grab a selection and let you know how it is. There's quite a lot of options and they're very high quality. You got chia seed pudding, muesli, some fresh yogurt, but of course, this might very well be the best thing in the buffet. Very crispy, perfectly layered, perfectly baked. This is definitely a great, I would call it, international breakfast. We can just grab a mix of the things that you like. Like I said, there's a very limited menu, get some fresh coffee, but this restaurant is really all about that view behind me. Right here in the center of the hotel lobby is the El Patio restaurant, and they have a multi-course tasting menu that is called the Tapas Experience. I'm sitting in the corner in the back of the lobby here, and I can just see all of the intricate details. It has this very classic feel with all of the dark marble. It feels like it's been here for a very long time, but there's still that contemporary twist, like I said in the beginning. Apparently this tapas experience is a really great mix of all of the flavors that Four Seasons Madrid has to offer. Tier 1 of the tapas tower experience is all of the cold dishes that they offer here. So up on the top, everything centers around olives. Look at that. Peppers and some cheese in there. Wow, that first bite definitely had some kick to it. Olives have such a distinct flavor, especially here in Spain. This dish is very cool. This is a cold tomato salad, and they created olive oil caviar. So tiny little balls of olive oil on top of the salad. I gotta try these caviar first. That's very high quality olive oil, and it just melts in your mouth. The standout in that dish, without a doubt, is the olive oil caviar. Wow. Let's move on here. Got a tuna tartare stacked on top of a corn chip. I feel like I'm gonna make a big mess. The tuna is so clean, so fresh. That corn gives it an excellent texture and crunch to it. That is my favorite so far. And that's saying something. Everything's been really great. Moving on to the Iberico ham. Here in Spain, Iberico ham is very popular, common on every single street corner. So you've got a croquette here with some ham on the inside. Cheers, guys. It is very flavorful. And finally here, the pumpkin flour. Whoa. I'm gonna eat it with my hands because why not? That one is strange. It's got a cauliflower base to it. My least favorite so far, but this restaurant has not only been metaphorically, but is also physically gold here. So in the dessert, they give you a bar of gold that has El Patio actually etched into the bar. And of course, a lot of gold bars have come through the door, but they're gonna leave with one less today. Moment of truth. It is very heavy chocolate, very heavy chocolate. There's a hazelnut cream inside and a light graham wafer on the base. It's truly a piece of art. I feel bad even eating it. Really impressive finish. to the towers for the tapas experience at the El Patio. So the final restaurant here at the Four Seasons is Isa, which is an Asian street food concept by Danny Garcia. He's a Michelin awarded chef who made this specifically for the Four Seasons here in Madrid. We were told this is the most popular thing on the menu. This is an eggplant nigiri. It's caramelized miso glaze on top. Never had anything like this. Let's give it a shot. Wow, I can see why. It's a warm caramelized miso. Can't really taste the eggplant. This is a full chicken wing in a lettuce cup. Not my favorite of the dishes so far. Overall, I think it was a very good dinner. It was definitely far from the best Asian-inspired dining experience, but definitely a place I would come back to if I was staying here. Would I make a special trip to come here? Probably not. And one little bonus in the dining segment here, there is a full candy shop in the lobby. So after you've had dinner or lunch, you can come over here, try all of their European chocolates and candies. Everything is so artisanal, beautifully designed, and really striking right here in the lobby. I'm gonna try a couple of these, and then let's give it a dining score. So my only critique with the dining here really is that there isn't enough of it. Other Four Seasons I've reviewed, or other hotels in general, have many more options, and I found myself leaving this hotel many times to grab something from the city of Madrid instead of actually eating here. That's not a problem, but the lack of diversity in the restaurants and in the options and the very small menus is actually causing the guests to have to leave to try something new. That just isn't the case at other hotels at the same caliber. Overall, nothing was really that impactful and left me thinking I have to come back just to try that dish. I gave the dining here a 7 out of 10. So there is one thing in the hotel that's even more impressive than its history and its architecture, and that is its service. It is 6:55 a.m. and if you remember earlier in the review, I ordered this Eggs Benedict and a hot coffee for this morning. This is the first simple test from the plating to the temperature and freshness of the food and the coffee, and it tells you a lot about how they handle their business here. In fact, this was 5 minutes early, which has consistently been the case at the Four Seasons. They're either early or on time. So you can see that they put a torch lighter to the hollandaise. Really excellent presentation. Let's test the egg. Wow, very good. Very good. Definitely fresh. That is very good. Perfect. Wow, and very good coffee. So that was the breakfast room service, but we won't know the service score till we give it an official test. The service test is the part of the review where I call the front desk and ask for something that they're not used to hearing or handling. In the past, I've asked for things like a guitarist to play on the beach at sunset, or even to build a full tent right in the room. The Four Seasons website says they can handle virtually anything. So I want to give them a service test that the Shilla in Seoul couldn't do. Hi there, I was hoping to have a movie night tonight. Is it possible to order some popcorn to the room?
I'm sorry about that. We don't have a popcorn.
No popcorn?
Yes.
Even if it was at a store, if I paid to have someone bring it?
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling the operator. How may I assist you?
Hi there, I have a unique request for you, if you don't mind.
Of course.
I was wondering if you could turn the room into a movie theater of sorts, maybe with some popcorn.
Yeah, of course, that's absolutely possible. Actually, I can transfer your phone call to the guest experience team and they can assist you with that.
Great.
We can do it for sure.
Amazing, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Hello, Mr. Walker.
Hello there. I just had a quick question for you.
From the movie night?
Yes, would you be able to set up the room like a movie theater?
Of course. Would it be for tonight, Mr. Walker?
If that's possible, that'd be wonderful.
Perfect. Great. So I'll work on that and I'll give you a call right away, Mr. Walker.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, the Four Seasons hospitality is always incredible, but it really comes down to how they execute. Wow, look at this setup. Let me just walk you through some of the things that the service team did to really make this feel like a movie theater tonight. They printed a ticket with my name on it, 2 Coca-Colas, 2 waters, some fruit and chocolate, and this. This is the Four Seasons Tower that represents the main tower of the hotel, and this is all made of chocolate. Then you have, of course, the popcorn machine. This is the most luxurious self-made popcorn I've ever seen. And the whole room smells like popcorn. So the Four Seasons definitely passed the service test, although they did only give me 2 small plates and it really comes pouring out of there. The final thing we have to do now, of course, is break this lighthouse tower of chocolate. That is the mark of a truly excellent service team. Let's talk about the service through the rest of the hotel and the check-in and give it that final service score. The service at the Four Seasons Madrid is on par with the best service that we've seen on this channel, like the Four Seasons in Seoul. Some of the reservations that you saw were very difficult to get last minute, and they still accommodated. Showed us the royal suite, led us into that mall for the private shopping experience. The welcome amenity when you check in is a packaged hand towel and a water. We've seen much better amenities at other high-end resorts, but it is super minor. I gave the service an extraordinarily high 9.5 out of 10. The it factor is that special thing that you can't really put your finger on that makes you want to come back again and tell your friends about it. Part of the it factor is also the value. So this brand new BMW is the Four Seasons house car. So this house car is an aspect of the value of your stay. And at around $1,400 US starting base rate per night, as of this recording, you do get a lot included in your stay with that. The location definitely is a consideration when you're thinking about the price. Other hotels in the area definitely are being sold at a premium, and you cannot get better than the Four Seasons location here in the center of town. The Four Seasons mission states that they will only operate medium-sized hotels of exceptional quality with an objective to be the best. That's definitely the case here at the Four Seasons Madrid. To build this hotel in the middle of an old bank, to build an entire shopping mall right next door, to take over one of the most iconic blocks of this city, and then do it the Four Seasons way, really does feel special. You are directly connected to the heart of Madrid when you stay in this hotel. Even with that, it is definitely missing some of the Spanish culture that I've seen in other hotels in the area. Yes, they've done a good job of bringing in artwork and bringing in cuisine, but the Ritz-Carlton Neckawee, for example, took it even further by really telling the stories of the place that you are staying, and I didn't feel that as much here at this Four Seasons. Even with that being said, the stay here is definitely noteworthy, worth telling your friends and family about, so I gave the it factor an 8 out of 10. So there you have it. That was the Four Seasons here in Madrid. I absolutely recommend this hotel next time you're in the city. It is the best that I've reviewed in Spain so far. If you add all of the scores together in this video, I gave the Four Seasons Madrid in Spain a 41 out of 50. If you like Four Seasons hotels, you'll definitely like these 2 reviews as well. And with that, unfortunately, it's time to check out now. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ryan Walker. We'll see you on the next one.